Hi everyone! I'm Chef Heather Pace with Vivapura Superfoods, and today I'm sharing a recipe for raw vegan vanilla cherry donuts. I'm starting by adding half of a cup of Vivapura's truly raw cashews to my food processor. And then I'm going to grind the cashews down to flour. And once the cashews are ground down to fine crumbs, I'm going to transfer them to a bowl. And then we're going to be blending some other things. And you don't want to over-process the cashews or they'll actually start turning into butter. And while cashew butter is totally awesome, we just need the flour for this recipe. So now I'm adding to the processor a 1/4 cup of lightly pitted and packed dates and 1/3 cup of dried cherries, which you can get from Vivapura. I've also got a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla bean powder. You know I love to use this in my recipes. It adds so much flavor. And I've got 1/2 teaspoon of water. That's going in. I'm going to pop the top on and I'm going to process these ingredients. You might have to scrape the sides down once along the way and then give it one more zap in the processor. At this point I'm going to add back my cashew crumbs and 1/2 cup of shredded coconut, and then I'm going to process everything until it is completely combined. So once your dough is finished processing, you're going to make balls of dough, because this is where we get to form the donuts. This is the fun part. Roll it around, and then to shape the donut, you're going to flatten the ball just a little bit, and then use 2 fingers, just like this, to make a hole in the middle. And now the dough is going to want to crack a bit. And that's fine. The great thing about this dough is that you can reshape it very easily. So just kind of, I cup it in my hand, hold it together while pressing my finger into it to make the hole. And then I like to put it onto a plate and kind of finish shaping it. And just keep doing that with the rest of your dough. You can make them as big or as small as you like. And now it's time to make the frosting. Now it's time to make the best part, the frosting. I'm starting with a small bowl of 2 teaspoons maple syrup and 1 tablespoon of warm water. This is important so that the coconut oil and the whole mixture doesn't seize when we add that later. And then I'm going to add some of Vivapura's stone ground raw cashew butter. And I love this stuff. As you know, I've used it in many recipes. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of the cashew butter. I'm also adding 1 tablespoon of melted coconut oil. And now I'm adding a few powders. I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of baobab powder, and that's going to add a little bit of a tang. And then I've also got 2 teaspoons of lucuma powder, and that's going to give a bit of a caramel taste. And then I've got a little bit of natural vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon going in. And I'm going to take my handy little whisk, whisk it all together until it's completely smooth and creamy. And just like that, we've got a creamy butterscotchy type frosting. And now it's time to spread the frosting over the donuts. If you find that when you're mixing it separates a bit, add another 1/2 teaspoon of water and keep whisking it until it's completely smooth. So I'm using my mini offset spatula here, which is really handy in the kitchen, to spread some frosting over the top of the donut. Yummy, yummy. Doesn't that look good? So there you go. a mini, raw, vegan, gluten-free donut that's sure to please anyone. I hope you give this recipe a try. Go to www.vivapura.com to order the ingredients that you need to make the vanilla cherry donuts. Time to sample the donuts now, my favorite part. Chewy, sweet, and delicious.